so let's just go straight into it. Oh, headphones. These things are good.
Yeah.
Well, hello there.
Hello, people.
Oh, shit! And the bracket has come up. I haven't even recorded.
The studio is falling apart.
So, hello and welcome to Frame by Frame. This is a professional recording.
You talking to me?
Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
Then who the hell are you talking? You talking to me?
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm clown.
I'm Peter Binkman. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Man that doesn't step down in the standard will never be a real man.
Damn! Hot.
I'm kind of a big deal.
The first rule of my club is do not talk about my club.
Yeah, baby!
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
So, welcome to another Frame by Frame.
Yep.
It's episode 51.
51. People said it can never happen.
Yeah,
But it
they
has.
still do. We're not live yet. We haven't put it online yet.
That's a good point, actually.
we're still at the recording stage.
With the studio falling apart, this may never finish.
Yeah, this morning setting up Andy's mic, which is on a bracket on the high shelf, because we don't bracket from the down below table. We bracket from the up shelf. It just slipped out and landed in my hands. Luckily, about a
Couple of minutes ago,
Yeah, that's it.
yours broke. Well, not
It
broke,
fell down.
it fell down.
And all the vines, because everything's growing with vines. It's just kind of a nice little touch we have in the studio. I like it.
Yeah,
It kind of feels like we're in ancient Greece
It does.
without the grapes and the ladies.
Yeah, and the orgies and the no guilt.
Yeah, no laws. And we're eating fruitcake. I'm eating fruitcake because I have not eaten, and I thought it was the safest food that I can eat on the air because you can't hear it, unlike pizza. Can you hear that?
No.
No, it's great.
Quiet food.
Fruitcake is amazing for this, and you know what's also good for podcasting? Bit of lemon.
Oh.
I think ginger ale might also be good because that will give you a kick to the throat. But I just can't handle coffee this morning. I've had too much coffee this week.
Oh, right. This is my first coffee of the week.
Is it?
Yeah.
First coffee of the week.
Of the week.
What's going on?
I've just been on water and tea.
How is that possible? How does that work?
I don't know. I just feel numb. I feel better now. I'm having a little Kirk pick me up.
A bit of a Kirk, yeah. So that's happening. You're drinking water. That's your news, is it?
That's my news from this week is Andy drank water.
Well, that's better than any Facebook status.
Yes.
It truly is. What a place Facebook is at the moment. It's just a share zone. Share. Everybody's just sharing everybody's stuff, and nobody's saying anything. It's very odd.
Oh, the wife was walking to the doctor's, and she was telling me this yesterday, and a car went through a puddle and splashed her, and she was very annoyed. And then she ended it with saying, I had a good Facebook rant about it. And I was like, what?
I missed that because I was looking at all the other stuff that'd been shared. So yeah.
But why Facebook rant about it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No,
Anyway.
I don't. But you know, if people want to work with me through Facebook, then that's great. But we're going to get off Facebook straight away and talk on the phone.
But you know who may or may not have a Facebook page?
This is what you call a segue transition into what we're actually supposed to be talking.
Yeah, you know who may or may not, who probably does have a Facebook page?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, and he played a comic book superhero type thing called Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's the Clint Eastwood film.
No, the superhero one.
Oh, that one.
That one with the tight clothes.
With the I wish this was Spider-Man guy. No. Let me clarify that. I wish that Deadpool was in the places of the Spider-Man films.
Oh, you're in the same universe?
If no. If Spider-Man didn't exist, and Deadpool was actually the go-to Spider-Man character.
You prefer him to Spider-Man, you say?
I prefer. Yeah. Do you know what? It would be actually a lot easier if I just said.
It would have been.
I prefer Deadpool to Spider-Man, but he kind of looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah, a little bit. He does. But
He'd kick his ass, though.
he'd kick Spider-Man's ass.
Yeah.
Wait! You may be wondering why the red suit. Well, that's so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants. Cue the music. Oh, hello, Deadpool here. I always wanted to be a professional athlete. Because I wanted to have children in cities all over the world. Incoming! See you this Friday, America.
Deadpool. Rated R in theaters and IMAX Friday.
Thing is with Deadpool, you can't have him join the other... Because he's more in the X-Men universe, isn't he? But you can't have him join that.
No.
Because he breaks the fourth wall, and you can't be in like an X-Men film breaking the fourth wall all the time.
True. This is it's quite an interesting experience. I think this is probably the first time I really came out of watching a Marvel film where I really enjoyed and got to know the character. Yeah. He's quite a deep little character, this one.
Yeah.
Little. Ant-Man. No.
Oh, he has that little hand though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Gross.
That's so funny.
It's great. I actually really love Deadpool. It was a big surprise to me that I actually would enjoy it. Is that because it was an R rating? I don't know. Or an 18 certificate, as they say in this country.
It's 15 in this country.
Oh, it's 15 in this country.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more resilient to violence and...
Yeah, we think about it, like Dog Soldiers was 15, and that has a dog chewing on someone's intestines. You know what I mean?
But that's okay.
That's okay.
Dog's got to eat. Doing something else with his intestines, then that might have been a bit more... Yeah. Graphic.
Maybe.
That's kind of like Crash, you know, David Cronenberg thing.
Good film.
Yeah, but
But this has been a massive hit.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I think it did a very interesting. There was an interesting campaign before it. The trailer was dead on right. I think.
Yeah,
they got the trailer on. It was right. It was very, very Guardians of the Galaxy trailer.
Yeah, I think people learned a lot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think so. Yeah. I think in terms of switching us on, especially because we both liked that film. I liked it tremendously. There's a lot of stuff going on in that movie.
Yeah.
That even I can't even remember everything. I mean, and the same with this one. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. To say Deadpool is probably funnier than most comedies that's been released recently.
That's true. That is indeed true. I think it was a big surprise. Did you find that Ryan Reynolds was a big surprise?
I've kind of liked Ryan Reynolds for a while. I think sometimes his choice of film or what he's been offered has not shown his full.
No, because that's probably his stepping stone. This is the first time he's actually done something that his.
Well, no, there's some certain films like
The Proposal with Sandra Bullock,
Adventureland. He's really good in Adventureland.
Oh right,
that's a really good film. And he's just a character that when you see him, I'm just like, yeah, he's great. He's one of those safe guys, I think.
Yeah, true, very safe.
And this isn't the first time Deadpool has been in the cinema. He was in X-Men Oranges. X-Men Oranges.
It's the Florida version of X-Men.
It's where, Oranges.
There was Tangerine Man. There was Satsuma. There was your little hopeful.
Hey, now come on, there is a Banana Man.
There is a Banana Man, but he will never be. Oh, now that would be an interesting movie.
I think so.
It could be very much like a Matilda or the Nanny McPhee kind of thing, though. I can imagine.
But a man.
Yeah.
And a banana.
This is 29 Acacia Road, and this is Eric, the schoolboy who leads an amazing double life. But when Eric eats a banana, an amazing transformation occurs. Eric is Banana Man, ever alert for the call to action.
But it's kind of like Big because he's a kid. Eric is a kid,
Eric
and
is a kid,
he
yeah.
turns
He
into
turns
a
into
man.
Banana Man.
So it should be Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is Banana Man.
I'm sure he'll sign on for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start writing it tonight.
That's it. I reckon it's in.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Slow release carbs, guys.
Wow. Right, so back to our main feature, the Deadpool with Clint Eastwood. Sorry, Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds.
Well, yeah, in the X-Men film, it was a massive misstep because I think Ryan Reynolds has always wanted to do Deadpool. He's obviously a massive fan of the character.
A comic book fan, is he?
Yeah, he's a huge fan. He's been trying to get it on the screen for a long time, and then he did it in the X-Men film, but it was rubbish. They sort of had something over his mouth so he couldn't speak. He sort of like mutated, and it was just wrong, and they totally messed up the character. But yeah, they've redeemed themselves, shall we say?
Well, you live and learn, and I think it was a brave move for Marvel. I think to put this one out as such a strong, and it's actually 20th Century Fox as well.
Yeah. Well, Fox own the rights to X-Men.
Oh, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah, so in the Marvel films that were released,
you're right. The Avengers.
They can't say mutant.
That's right. Yeah,
because
20th Century Fox won't let
have
them.
the mutants.
Why don't they let them? That's picky. That's just saying. Yeah, that's like Michael Jackson copywriting Happy Birthday. And see what happened to him, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
See what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens if you try and copyright good stuff. But mutant, why not? There's nothing wrong with the word mutant should be universal.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but it's all money, isn't it?
It's all money. So yeah, who else was in Deadpool?
The
actors.
girl out of Serenity.
Oh right, yeah. It was that Morena.
Yeah, she's in Homeland. And
Baccarin.
She was in Homeland, and she was in Serenity and Firefly. She played a prostitute in Firefly.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
It's one of those progressive female lead roles.
Well, it's in a future where that is actually a really sought after job. You have to be like incredibly gifted and powerful to be able to get that job. Yeah.
Well, so they turned the table and made it subversive.
Yeah,
that's clever.
It means like Firefly is actually more classier because she's on it.
that's
you know what I mean.
The ironic twist. That's brilliant. I like that.
So yeah, and she's really good in this film, and she puts that strap on. Well,
they've got her. Yeah, good. Do you know what the sex in this movie? And it's funny sex.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not even like, oh, let's have a look at this. It's like, well, it's just funny sex, and I think that's probably how sex should be in movies.
Funny.
Well, if you look back at The Room, when we were watching Tommy Wiseau having his belly button whizzed out by a lady. No, she was having hers whizzed
out by the Wizoo.
And they were trying to do the romantic thing, the soft lighting and the pillows and the cushions and the velvet screen, not velvet, the transparent lace screen.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of like the go-to sex scene. It's like,
but like it was like happy Thanksgiving, having sex, happy whatever it is, and then I like when it's like he's on his all fours and she's like, Happy Woman's Day, is it? Or something like that. She bites his ear, and then she's like,
whoa!
It's like, nope.
Yeah. No. But that's the whole point. I think, sex has to be funny, otherwise it's uncomfortable to watch.
Well, this is a funny film, so it has to be, to kind of have a really straight up.
So the idea of Deadpool is that this character is he's a hitman, right? Or
he's sort of a bad guy.
Does things
hits
people
off worse people.
Yeah, the really bad ones, and he's.
But you can tell he's got conscience, can't you? Because he helps out that girl who's being stalked.
Yeah,
at the very beginning and stuff.
Yes.
And he's definitely got a conscience. He used to be in the Secret Service, was it?
That would make sense. Yeah. Oh my God, my battery's gonna. Could anything else go wrong?
Is the battery going?
Yeah, it's a fresh new battery. I put it in. So we're just gonna take a brief time out.
I mean, that's why I brought her? Oh, no, finish your tweet. That's fine. Just give us a second. Go get her, Tiger. Oh, I so pity the dude who pressures her into prom sex.
Well, at least it'll be easier to edit because they're going to have multiple sound files. So, where were we?
Yeah, so we were just saying before anything bad happens to him, he's a likeable guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously got, I think it's like Secret Service who's got a background in. And he's a relatively not nice guy who picks off people who are a lot worse than he is, I think.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You know, he's definitely sought after because he wants to get out of the thing. Because he's discovered that he has cancer.
Well, he meets that girl first, doesn't he?
He meets the girl,
and then
things
are definitely going well because they.
Oh yeah, very well. He has everything's going great. And then all of a sudden,
and then he faints. It turns out he's got cancer. He's riddled with it, and there's nothing he can do. So at first, he wants to just walk away and die by himself because he doesn't want his girlfriend to see him go through that.
That's it. Yeah.
And then he decides to stay with her, and he gets approached in the bar by a weird guy who says he can cure him.
Yeah, and he works for the mutant agency.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a weird guy, and some funny banter where he's just taking a mick out of him.
Do you know who he reminded me of? Carl Pilkington.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't think that.
I looked at his head. He had a baked bean-shaped head.
A baked bean-shaped head.
And I just couldn't help but look at his head and go, it's a baked bean.
Actually, we did say, though, it sort of does a lot of back to throwing, though, doesn't it? It starts
there's a lot of...
with that car crash. Mm-hmm. And even that's quite funny, because you see it in slow motion going over, and his crotch is in someone's face, and he's trying to grab someone else, and all that.
Yeah, that's why on the poster I for this episode I put the cigarette lighter.
Right.
In the on the bullet gun of Clint Eastwood's Magnum.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a firing out because I remember all I remember is seeing the cigarette lighter.
Right.
And that, and there's a lot of it's a very, very good credit sequence.
It is, well, it's the opening, really, isn't it? It's really good. It's like a good car chase. It's really fantastic action in this film.
Yeah, that is true.
It's really
that is very true.
Really well done.
And the humorous cab driver that he basically he gets a cab ride without having to pay. He just gets a high five.
Yeah.
And then later on he gets a 10.
Yeah.
It's like paying by fives. I think that's just brilliant. I mean that was.
I like all that. I can't believe you've done that. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, the asides.
Yeah. You put him back as soon as you can. Kill him. You know, it's really funny.
And Ryan Reynolds really does deliver that really well. He's got the good. It's comedy.
He's made for this
timing.
character, isn't he?
It's timing, and I'm quite impressed. I don't think I can't think of anybody else who could have done it. As well.
That's a good point. I can't think of anyone else who could have done it.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dennis Leary in terms of his personality.
I never once thought Dennis Leary.
I don't know why. I just kind of thought that angry
ripping off Bill Hicks.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking in terms of character traits and then what's familiar, and he wouldn't be able to pull it off. But do you know who would be able to pull it off? Who would be hilarious?
Who?
I just thought of it. I just thought how brilliant this would be. Just get Stuart Lee to do it.
Stuart Lee. That'd be like a real downplayed Deadpool, wouldn't
it? Yeah.
Interested though, Dennis Leary's in the Amazing Spider-Man films. Just saying. It all links.
Yeah, that kind of. I thought that wasn't Dennis Leary.
It was in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I'm getting confused.
Not the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
No, yeah, because I'm thinking of the guy who played Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ. I'm thinking
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
He was in Star Wars. Yes, the original Spider-Man.
Oh my God! Yeah,
they're not original, but
so who should be playing Deadpool? Jennifer Lawrence should be playing Deadpool, right? Okay.
Yeah. She's too busy inventing mops, though, isn't she? So
what?
She's in that film as they invent the amazing mop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Joy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's called Joy.
Joy, that's it, yeah. So, this is great. Where did we go just then? That was like, whoa, jumping tracks.
Tangent time.
But, okay, so he gets his wish that, he gets to, the cancer is gone, but he's physically scarred.
Well, it looks pretty painful. Essentially, they inject him with something, and then torture him for 24/7 in the hope that torturing him triggers the mutant gene, and that kills off his cancer, but also makes him essentially, he can't be killed. It would imagine. And,
which is always a dangerous ground to go if you want to kind of, if you're rooting for the good guy. If you're thinking, well, he's never he can't die, so why would I be worried about him? But that thought never comes up.
Well, it's not because
he can't be killed.
He doesn't become a superhero and start doing good. All he wants to do is kill the person who did that to him.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, he thinks he wants to be fixed. He wants his face to look back to normal. That's a really funny scene where his mate is like telling what he looks like.
Yeah,
like a ball bag,
like a scrotum,
and stuff like that. And it's really funny. Yeah, it's really funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, it's a good film.
So where do you? So this is basically just a standalone Marvel film. It's not connected with anything else.
Well, it's connected with X-Men.
Apart from X-Men, but go to, indirectly.
Because that's again a really funny thing. When they're off to Xavier's school, he's like, "God, I wonder which Professor X it is, Patrick Stewart or what's the one called?"
I don't know, the younger one.
What's his name?
We're gonna have to look. What was the name of the film? X-Men Origins?
No, X-Men First Class, I think. Or Days of Future Past.
Yeah. It was
James McAvoy. James
McAvoy. Well done.
He's like on his way. Which Xavier am I going to see? James McAvoy or Patrick Stewart? And then he has that bit when he finally goes to him to ask for the help. He's like, God, was there only 2 X-Men here? It's almost as if the studio couldn't afford anymore. That real self-parody is really, really great.
Very strong. Love that. Wow. So I there's not a lot to really say. I mean, it's just a really good film. Go see it.
It's really funny and good
soundtrack. I didn't really remember it as much as Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was still did they go retro the soundtrack? I cannot remember.
I can't remember, to be honest. I just remember. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
immersive. It's just immersive, and there was nothing.
It's still just a superhero film.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and it still results at the end.
But it's self-aware. It's a self-aware.
Well, of course, it is. He is in the comics.
Yeah,
he breaks the. He talks to the reader in the comics, apparently, but it still resorts to the massive explosions, bang bang, at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it felt right. It didn't feel. I mean, they got that Colossus. Was it Colossus?
Yeah, Colossus and the...
what a character. I mean, you kind of generally don't think of him in this kind of a film, but it was quite a interesting.
At the beginning, when the credits are coming up, they're saying "good-looking guy," British villain.
They were fake credits, weren't they?
Yeah, token CGI character.
Yes, I remember now. Yeah.
And all that. That's really good.
Pay attention to those credits because none of them were real.
Not at the beginning, they are at the end, like.
Yeah, that's right. So they basically just did the reversal, did all the credits at the end, probably.
But, they normally would do.
But that's great. Yeah, but that's.
But it's so self-aware of its. It's really great.
It's a breath of fresh air, I think, for Marvel.
Yeah, I just hope that not every film everyone starts to release now is R-rated. Because they don't have to do that. Because I think in some respects, like Marvel Cinematic Universe should be for kids. This film's obviously not for kids, but it's in a different universe.
It doesn't hurt to kind of mix and match it, is what you're saying.
No, yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't want an X-Men... sorry, not an X-Men. I wouldn't want like an Iron Man 4 R-rated. Because kids can't watch it.
Yeah.
And when like Daredevil came out and the other one... there's like loads of sex in it and loads of violence and kids can't really watch that, and part of me is sort of like, oh, it's Marvel, I want kids to watch it, even though there's nothing wrong with putting it a bit stronger. I suppose the TV works not too bad, but I don't want every superhero film now to be R-rated. They've said that this Batman versus Superman, when it comes out on Blu-ray, is going to be an R-rated version of it. But the one going into cinema isn't. And it's if all the studios go, oh, wow, that's done really well. We'll have to make everything R-rated now so we can make more money. Yeah,
well, Batman is supposed to be dark. Superman is supposed to be for kids and not, it's supposed to be dark enough for kids. But I'm still uncomfortable with the idea that they blended the two characters together. But maybe when I watch it, it's going to change my mind.
Well, of course, in the comics, they did it.
I know, but it's the comics. But I kind of feel as though
that's where they're getting all their ideas from.
I know, but that's
why they're called comic book films.
Exactly, that's why they call comic book films. But it's like you can go so far. I mean, and they did the Alien versus Predator thing from comic books, from the books that came out. That I understand that because people, they could brought out a game for that as well. But then I've noticed that there are so many weird combinations in comic books. I'm just trying to think of one that was really, really weird. I was looking at all these different combinations and I thought, what? It was like Aliens versus Peter Pan or something like that. Right. I was like, they are making these comic books, and if they're all going to start making them into movies, sorry, the boy just walked by. Oh my god!
What would be a really good one?
It was funny.
Alien versus
Sex and the City.
Oh god!
Oh my god! Rip them apart. Sorry,
that'd be great. I'd watch that film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alien just ripping.
But they'll just throw gold jewelry at it, and they'll.
Or they'll find out that the alien really was Prada, and it's just like us. And then Kim Cattrall would have sex with its mouth thing coming out.
Yeah, and
James Bay does Aliens versus Sex in the City.
Oh my god, that is so weird. That just can't happen.
It won't happen, don't worry.
Well, we'd be dead by the time that actually happens.
They'll be dead before us as well, so it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Comic book, the Sex and the City people,
so at least you can sleep knowing that will happen.
Yeah, that it won't happen. Oh boy!
But yeah, Deadpool, I think is I highly recommend it. I think it's a really, really good film, and I thought I like it.
Yeah,
but I really liked it.
Yeah, I was surprised.
It didn't have a Guardians of the Galaxy effect on me where I just wanted to go straight back and watch it. I've watched it. I thought, cool, I've watched it. It's funny, great.
Yeah,
and that was it. You know what I mean? I didn't have like with Guardians of the Galaxy. It just I loved it.
Yeah,
it was just like a proper space opera. But yeah, I like it. It was like you said, a breath of fresh air. Uber violent. I love it when he cuts his own hand off.
Yeah,
and then he's got a he goes back home and his hand starts growing back and he's got this like little baby hand.
Yeah, and he's got the blind neighbor.
He's blind. Well, he's living with her, isn't he?
Oh, he's living with her, but she's hilarious.
She's blind, trying to put up IKEA. That IKEA like shelving set.
Which and her tolerance, even though she knows exactly what's going on in front of her. Yeah, she doesn't need to. She's like, whatever. She's just so game with it.
I love when he's just sat next to her and he's like stroking her face with that little baby hand, and he's like, "Anyway, go on. My penis will look massive with this. Go on."
Okay, so trailers.
Okay.
Unless we want to kind of, like I say, I watched the Clint Eastwood Deadpool.
Yeah, I've not had a chance to watch it because I don't have a say of anything that happens at my house.
No, I watched them all day with the boy, bloodthirsty movies,
Good.
But no, I decided to just watch them all of the Dirty Harry films, and
you watched all of them.
Yeah, I watched all of them, and I loved it. I think I'd only seen 2 before. I watched the first one and the Enforcer with Cagney and Lacey Lady, who kind of like becomes his partner in only one way.
Right,
in which way but loose. But I realized that all these films are very consistent, very strong, very interesting, even though they all kind of end up with the same scenario of Clint Eastwood saying something really cool and then shooting them or not.
Right.
But then again, I kind of don't want to talk too much about Clint Eastwood movies right now because he's endorsing Trump, and that's a big no-no in my book.
Is he?
Yes, he is, as is John Voight.
Oh, did you read Louis C.K.'s email about Trump?
Have not yet, no.
Read it, it's fantastic.
It's worth a read.
He likens him to Hitler.
Well, everybody's likening him to Hitler. I mean, it's the go-to thing. But then it's funny how he seems to just kind of come back and say, "Yeah, I do look like Hitler. Look at this. Look at all my people raising their right hand, like we're all Nazis." It's just I don't understand what's going on right now. I mean, it's
if he got in, It would be bad.
If he got in, then I've never felt scared of having a president, no, of America having a different president. You know, when Obama went in, did you suddenly think, "Oh no, we're screwed"?
No, not at all.
Exactly, because it's Obama. He's a man with a family, a man with a conscience. I know Trump's got a family, but you know, I think he hasn't got a conscience. He hasn't got that sense awareness, and this bloodthirsty gun. I mean, the humorous thing, and talking about violence in movies and reality, you know, the whole gun culture of America, is that woman who was a poster girl for gun control, for safe gun usage and pro-gun and for NRA, you know, all that.
Yeah.
She ends up getting shot by her 4-year-old toddler with a shotgun in her truck. And then you've got the shooting as well in Pennsylvania this morning, which has just been on the news. It's like, when are they gonna figure it out? And it's like the stubbornness to actually own a gun in America, I think, is incredible. I mean, the reason there's a couple of people who've needed to, I say needed to, had no choice but to be armed when the tornado hit Rowlett in Texas, and they were having looters going around all the houses and looting.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, why do you need to be armed? And they needed to be armed because they had all these looters running around. Because there's no police, there's no National Guard protecting them. Nobody's actually there in America to protect them in terms of police or emergency services. So the reason why they have guns is because nobody else is going to protect them, apparently.
Yeah. Right.
So it's an odd thing, but then the rest of them are just crazy lunatics who want to go shopping with a revolver just in case. Just in case.
Or would they buy like some matches from the shop, and you get and there's your gun, sir. Thank you for shopping with us.
Yes.
Oh, right, thanks.
Oh,
it's easier to buy a gun than a drink.
It is. It probably is. I mean, to buy alcohol. I mean, I couldn't buy alcohol in America if I didn't have my passport with me.
Yeah.
But then you've got films like The Purge, and The Purge Anarchy, and during the Democrat debate, they had a trailer for Purge 3, which is about a senator who wants to become president and to completely end the purge. She then goes on the night of the purge. She's in a safe house, and then she's the target of this movie.
Right.
And it's like they put that in the middle of a Democratic debate. That trailer, and it's like,
wow.
It's like what is America saying? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why people are following Trump. This is going to be such a dated podcast because we're talking about current affairs. There you go.
Well, you know, in 4 years from now, when the apocalypse is hit and there's like just a few remaining people around, they'll listen to this and go, "Yeah, that's when it happened. Trump got in. The world ended."
It'll be our podcast.
Well, someone might just listen to it.
They'll say, "No, I don't like these guys." They sound whiny.
They were right.
They were
right
British.
About Trump.
They might have been right about Trump, but I don't think I like that guy's voice. That's like, let's listen to something else. No, yeah, it's a weird thing.
Have you seen John Oliver talking about him?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I saw the whole thing.
Maybe about 20-minute rant just on him, and
it was
amazing.
Perfect. But the thing is, nobody's kind of like going, "Yeah, this is ridiculous. Pull the plug. Stop it. Let's say, come on, no more." But they're just letting him run riot. They're letting him run his mouth off every single day. I go on the internet and I just type in Trump. What the hell's he done today? Is he out yet? I just want the news. Trump has finished.
Yeah.
Trump is done. And this has nothing to do with movies.
So, yeah, but you wanted to talk about trailers, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Cloverfield. Oh, okay. You see?
Go right in with it.
Shall we do it? Okay. Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Class 4 apparition. It's okay. She seems peaceful. My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics at... That stuff went everywhere, by the way, in every crack. Very hard to wash off.
We have dedicated our whole lives to studying the paranormal. Now there's sightings all over the city. There are people out there that need our help. Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer. Aaron, no one's better at quantum physics than you. We can provide a real service.
Now, I have no problem. This is the big speech.
Here we go. Right. This is where Stephen tells us he's not sexist.
I'm more worried about them. I'm worried about these women because they've been hit with so much negative press, and I'm thinking, you know what, if they just called it the Ghost 4, the Ghost Hunter 4, or whatever, if they just gave it a different name and just had 4 women chasing ghosts, it wouldn't have been Ghostbusters, and then all these guys would be like, yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. It's kind of like Bridesmaids, but with ghosts. You know what I mean? But they're not. But then
everyone will be going, it's basically Ghostbusters. Why didn't they just call it Ghostbusters?
Oh, but then if they call it Ghostbusters, you get this. But this is what I mean. I think the title has a sting in it. The title and the logo and the setup has a big sting in it, and that's why they're getting all the flack. I'm going to go and watch this movie because I actually do enjoy the cast of characters, and I do think it's going to be a fun movie to go and watch.
Well, I like the director, and I like all the characters. I will concede that the trailer's rubbish.
The trailer is terrible.
Whoever did the trailer. And it starts with, like, 30 years ago,
they could have
4 scientists. And I'm like, no.
3
scientists and one guy who joined them.
Yeah.
There's not 4 scientists. And they've changed it now, because that did so poorly. They released another trailer yesterday. Did you see it? And all it has is more Chris Hemsworth in it, and it says 4 people. 30 years ago, 4 people. But it's pretty much the same jokes.
Yeah. But then the thing is, it's too late. That first trailer is going to be out there forever anyway, so they've already made their mistake. That you should never ever go into a trailer not knowing what the hell you're writing at the beginning of it. A trailer is a huge deal for a movie, and I think that they've messed up with it big style.
Absolutely, yeah, they messed up.
Because a fan put a trailer up about minutes later, literally minutes later, and they just cut all that out, and they focused in on the mystery and the enigma of what it is that makes Ghostbusters great.
Yeah.
They nailed it. And they didn't get paid for that job. The person who got paid to do that trailer is a schmuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, they really need to start thinking about who they hire for these people, for these things. Get the guy who made the fan trailer.
But I honestly think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be funny. And it's going to be enjoyable. I'm looking forward to it. All the people complaining it can't be a Star Wars film. Star Wars. It can't be Ghostbusters. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you still got the original film. You can go and watch
the original film.
It doesn't change anything. Just because this comes out and it's called Ghostbusters and has 4 women in it, makes no difference. Ghostbusters is still there. It will never go away. It's always there. Shut up. If you don't want to watch the film, don't go watching it.
That's it. And you're right there. But I'm just kind of thinking of ways around that they could have just gotten away with not having this kind of controversy, because I think the controversy has hurt the actors.
But how can it be controversial? It's just a film.
I know, but that's what I mean.
It's ridiculous.
It's there shouldn't be controversy, because people on the internet have turned into this kind of a mutated version of a human subspecies that can only sit there. I mean, this is what bugs me about the internet, and it's about these people. Maybe this is just one of those things that, you know, we just have to live with these people being around, but they shouldn't. Maybe you're right. They shouldn't guide us in terms of, well, if they're saying that, then we shouldn't have done it as a Ghostbusters movie. We should just stand up and say, this is a this is a Ghostbusters movie. Just deal with it. Move on. But the internet is such a massive entity that all these people are weighing down on these poor actors who have.
If you go on YouTube,
have only done their job.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and listen and find a song that you like.
Yeah.
And then you read the comments, there will be some people who are absolutely blasting that song. Does that change
idiots.
How you feel about the song?
No, that's not true. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
so it shouldn't, just because people have an extreme view about a film that's not even out yet and can't really be judged.
Exactly, they can't be judged.
So I don't get it. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
But how can we change that? We
can't, because the internet, any moron can say whatever they want.
But
so you just don't listen to it.
Exactly. So the big thing about the YouTube is that anybody can make any video and put anything up, and it seems to be that the trend now is to do reaction videos for trailers.
Yeah, I don't watch them.
No,
hate them.
I sent you an image, didn't I? Showing all the different different stages of a film development before it gets released in the cinema. Now, 20 years ago, you'd basically get notification in your magazine. This is being greenlit in a little paragraph. This is how it used to be. A little paragraph saying, this movie has gone into production. This director may be assigned, this actor. And then you just don't hear anything until you get the first teaser.
Yeah, or a poster.
Or a poster or a teaser or a trailer. And then you're kind of like, ooh, exciting. This is good. They focused so much on those little pieces. And then the trailer comes out, then the TV spots, you go and watch the movie. Nobody talked about it. Nobody reacted. You don't react to a trailer. You just watch it and go, okay, I think I'd like that. You don't go into a bookshop and stand there reading a book and say, hang on, everybody stop. I gotta tell you, this is my reaction to the back of this book cover. Yeah. And it seems as though this is the thing that everybody's doing now. 10 years ago it was unboxing toys.
People still do that.
I've
seen 20,000 hits on someone opening a friggin' iPad. Who are these people? 20 million?
20 million people wanted to know what would happen if they opened the box.
They probably have one.
They probably have 4.
Yeah. I just enjoy watching someone take one out of a box.
Yeah.
It is April 3rd, 2010, and Apple has finally released the iPad to the public.
I can't wait to find out what he's going to say.
So, of course, I've ordered one. It came through UPS for Saturday delivery. And it arrived about 10 minutes ago, so that we'll place it at 1:40. So let's get started.
Well, he takes the cellophane off.
I hope he thinks the same things I do, because then I'll feel part of something.
Okay, let's take a look at the box. This is the 16 gigabyte model. You can see right here.
Yeah, because I don't want this person to peel away the protective screen, because I always keep mine on. Oh, he peeled it! Oh, he peeled it off!
Yeah, I'm all on my own.
That's it. No, I'm gonna have to make a reaction video on the reaction to the unboxing of that iPad.
Although unboxing a product can be very exciting for you, it is often quite boring for others. When making a review video, it's best to focus on the product's features once it's out of the packaging. Remember, only you can prevent unboxing videos. Thank you for watching.
And it's just, the internet is so fracking stupid. And we're still trying to have some integrity by doing these podcasts.
Can you imagine a stadium with, say, 80,000 people all watching one man open an iPad on a table in the middle of a football field?
Speakers, 30-pin dock, home button, headphone jack. Looks like this is the on switch.
And everyone like cheering. Whoa, when he takes the cellophane off. Right. It wouldn't happen.
It would be great. But we don't have to watch them. But they are still there all over the place. They've taken over our internet, these cursed subcultural morons who...
in some respects, hats off to them. They're making... He
making
made
money.
about 20,000 quid out of opening his iPad. So it's the fools who are watching him. That's what I'm worried about. The comments are so, yeah, I've just got mine, man. So it's so good, and I'm like,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. Okay, so where are we going with this? Did you like Deadpool? No.
Okay, right.
Trailers. We need to
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
The trailer was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It had some funny moments in it, but the trailer, on the whole, whoever made that needs shooting.
But it's really opened the lid to open this discussion about what is really going on online when it comes to all this stuff about reactions and all that. I mean, it started with Star Wars, really. Yeah. And have you noticed the latest news? About the whole let's hate something, and then start loving it again.
Oh, I don't know about
There's
that.
a big petition about George Lucas getting him to direct Episode 9.
Oh no, don't
and
do
that people want him to direct, and they've got like thousands of people already.
He won't
petitioning.
do it.
Fans have long been known to have a passion for preserving and defending the franchise. Even the Vatican film critic who gave Star Wars The Force Awakens a bad review received death threats from loyal Star Wars fans. So it's not much of a surprise that fans have started a petition to bring George Lucas back as the director of the scheduled 2019 Star Wars Episode 9. But this film already has a director, Colin Trevorrow, who directed Jurassic World.
You won't do it, but why the sudden reversal in feeling? And there's all these videos coming out on YouTube as well now, coming out saying the counterculture of their I hate Star Wars prequels has started. These videos are coming out saying, maybe we were wrong. Maybe they were smarter than we thought. Maybe we shouldn't hate these movies as much as we should. And there's a whole new culture of people who actually are starting to say we need to love the prequels, and it's like, well, what are these the same people who hated them? And it's just a bad world out there with the internet now.
The thing is this.
Thank you for watching, internet.
Yeah, it's this idea of you need to do this, you need to do that. You don't need to do anything.
No, nobody needs to do anything.
Exactly. I'm never going to watch those prequels again. I've got no interest in them.
Yeah.
Then they are bad films. They got steadily better, but
yeah.
Even the Revenge of the Sith or whatever was awful.
But at least the trailers were good.
That's the thing. We talked about this before, didn't we? The trailer to The Phantom Menace is brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
And the film's rubbish.
This was the
so there we
first
go. This is what we could learn from that. Maybe the Ghostbusters trailer wasn't very good, but the film's going to be great.
Yeah. Let's glean some sort of positive feeling about this. I was just afraid for the film to be hit badly, and that these four women, these actresses would just be. I mean, I've heard that Kristen Wiig was pretty upset by the backlash.
Really?
Yeah, she's really bummed out about the whole. And that gets me when people are bummed out because of their creative integrity being attacked by morons who have no idea what they're saying.
Can you get the Ghostbusters trailer up? And let's read some of the comments.
Is this the official trailer from yesterday, or?
Either or, I think. 22 million views. Okay, so they've got hits. In 6 days, it's had nearly 23 million hits. It's got more than that iPad guy. As well it should.
So we're looking at comments, right?
Right. Well, just go up a sec. So 180,721 people liked it. 404,724 people didn't like it. Right. Skin Service says, this movie looks awesome. The comedy is so amazing. I can't wait for the movie.
Oh, well, that's...
He's had 11 replies. Let's see what the replies are.
Now the replies are going to be...
bots. Nice. Let me know if that works. Got an electricity bill due next week.
What's that got to do with anything?
Give me that PS4 and all the games for it, and maybe I could leave a positive comment. All right. Next one. This movie is like an aborted fetus. Nobody wanted it.
You see, now that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary.
All right. Right. Man, this movie looks terrible. I'd rather watch Pixel, and that's saying a lot.
Well, to watch one pixel would be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
You need a very big magnifying glass, and...
Who's this Storycraft? Could you just bot? Bots. What does that mean?
Basically, they're just people, I don't know, if you write the word bot, maybe they have something that enables them to do stuff. I don't know. Please help me, Sony. Keep me locked up and force...
Please help me, comma. What? Sony keeps me locked up and forces me to comment.
What? Okay. I don't think I can't read it from the side. You see, it's like human bot.
Human bot.
What?
I'll send you some lube. What's your address?
Well, that's okay.
The Chinese slave workers. LOL.
Oh, well, that's just racist.
Yeah. I can't wait for this film. I had no idea Melissa McCarthy was in it. Error bot.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So many people are going to lose their jobs over this miscarriage.
See, this is what I can't stand about these people who are commenting. They're using female, basically women's references.
Yeah.
To
really, really awful.
Well, that's the biggest sexist thing, is to actually use something that is purely about a woman's experience in life against them. It's just disgusting. This looks absolutely dreadful. My money is on worst movie of all time award, beating out Troll 2. And there's nothing wrong with Troll 2. And Manos: The Hand of Fate is a remarkable film. And it's been recolorized as well, and I love that film. There's nothing wrong with those two movies. Basically, this guy has just gone online to IMDb, looked at the two worst films according to the ratings or whatever, and has just picked those two out. You have not watched either of those films, Mister.
I've heard people compare the hate this is getting to the hate when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. But the difference is, when we saw the first footage of Ben, most people's reaction was the opposite of this. When we see the first footage of this, it just looks even worse than expected. This is going to be worse than Fantastic Four. No, it won't.
Well, which one? There are many. There are 4 Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, but they'll mean the one that's just been done. Complete trash, 400,000 dislikes to 179,000 likes. RP Ghostbusters, error 404. Enjoyment not found.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
I only dislike this because the Ghostbusters are women. Is that what you wanted to hear, feminazis? Oh my god. And 516 people have liked that.
Right, so what is the most gun-ho film that everybody wants to watch then? What is the opposite of this right now? What's the next? Is it the Civil War thing? Avengers Civil War?
Probably.
Captain America?
Captain America Civil War, yeah.
Let's see if anybody talks about penal mutilation. When... there we go. Hello? What? Okay, which one's the trailer? Is that the trailer? No.
Go. Oh, I think it was the one on Kimmel, isn't it? Go up.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, that's had 48 million.
48 million.
Yeah, that's it.
Now look at the ratio.
324,778 likes, 9,171 not like.
Okay, and the comments readers though. I mean, this is what's astonishing. This is really live. I love this.
Look at it. Storm Rider 72 said, "The hurt on Tony's face when he says, 'So was I,' was an incredible job at acting."
So now what they're doing is they're picking out different things in the movie. What's up, baby? Are you okay? There you go. Anything? Let's just scroll down.
I'm addicted to watching this trailer.
Really?
That's what Phantom 8 Productions says.
What are the replies?
Me too.
Me too.
Lol.
LOL.
I'm jealous. I'm addicted to methadone and it's badly damaging my life. That's quite funny.
And that's what I say at work every day. You know, when they say, "What have you got?" Because we have jobs, and they say, "What have you got?" I always say syphilis.
Yeah.
Cool. It's best I can come up with.
One of the best cuts in recent times. Absolutely splendid. It's in the music. It's the music. Sorry.
It's the music. So what's wrong with the Ghostbusters music?
Nothing. Yep, same here with both this one and Super Bowl TV spot, except even more with the latter. This is without a doubt going to be the highest grossing movie of 2016.
So we've had the worst movie of all time comparing two films that they haven't watched, Manos, and to the highest grossing movie of 2016.
Yeah. But is it...
What's the
difference?
difference?
Do you think a lot of the hate towards Ghostbusters is because it's women?
Well... Okay, let's imagine what would happen if Ghostbusters was Jack Black, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller,
Owen Wilson.
No, they got to have a black character.
Oh, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence,
Chris Rock.
Well,
what if? Yeah, would it have? It would have not generated this amount of hate. It would have been people would have been, oh, I hate Adam Sandler, but the other guys will be funny at least. Or Kevin James. It'll be Adam Sandler, Kevin James. Think of the worst cast for an all-male.
What's David Spade?
David Spade, okay. Yeah.
And Peter Dinklage, because he was in Pixels, but he's a really good actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for some reason he did Pixels. So
if they put that out, then it would be a 50-50 thing. People would say it's not the real Ghostbusters, it's not the original Ghostbusters. So you'd have the original crowd, but they would not be as savage and as brutal as they are as because they're women. I think it's evident. This is the
especially because we notice a lot of the comments are aimed at something bad that could happen to a girl.
Yes.
A woman.
Yeah.
They're all sexist comments.
They're sexist comments that are brutally pointing out stuff that they shouldn't be pointing out to. And if they hate on something that is full of men, they don't go after their junk.
No.
They just basically saying, this is awful, this is bad. They keep it sterile comments.
Like, they wouldn't say, this is the worst thing since testicular cancer.
Yeah, they would never do that.
They wouldn't say that.
They wouldn't do that.
It's an awful thing to say.
So why lower themselves so badly just because it's a full female? What if it was a full black cast? I see, this is where it gets a bit...
Yeah.
You know,
it's a fair point. Oh, the Ghostbusters can't be black. You know, like, I have 3 black characters and 1 white character.
Yeah, but then I think that'll be quite funny.
Yeah,
I think it'll be quite seriously good. I mean, the women will be seriously good if all of this bad stuff just went away. We'd just be able to just focus on the fact that Ghostbusters is here and it's just a different cast.
Yeah, I don't even think it matters that it's called Ghostbusters. It really...
Yeah, I think that's probably the only thing I could think of that would have let them off. That would have let them have a legitimate movie about ghosts. That if it was just called, you know, I guess Michael J. Fox tried that with The Frighteners, and have there been any other attempts at making a ghost film like Ghostbusters that was not called Ghostbusters? I don't think they have.
No,
but they have been going around shooting ghosts and keeping them in traps.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, you can't do it without it being called Ghostbusters, I guess.
Feminazi,
that's
really harsh. This horrible abortion.
Yeah. But it's clear. It's basically it's lifted the lid off of issues that it's about time that we were raised, and you know, we need to start standing up and supporting the artists, regardless of gender.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be. It shouldn't matter. Yeah. It shouldn't even be a discussion. It's 2016. It's
an odd thing. I mean, I said to you that I'm not too keen on Melissa McCarthy because of the recent. I think I'm not too keen on her film persona in a lot of films. She plays characters that are kind of not as it's like a little bit over the top sometimes.
Well, she's great in Spy.
But have you seen her in Gilmore Girls?
No,
she's absolutely amazing and lovable in Gilmore Girls, and
really?
that's kind of where I kind of thought when I think of her, I think of that, and I think without that reference, that's probably where you've got that clean slate with her. I've got that history with her, thinking that she was absolutely amazing in that, and I hope she returns to the new series of Gilmore Girls, which is a very strong female cast, I have to say.
Yeah,
and it's something that I am proud to be a fan of, and I've watched with my wife many times over. Because we just love the writing, we love the characters, and it's never ever been a question about.
And Sean Gunn's in it.
Sean, yeah, Sean Gunn,
who's James Gunn's brother, and in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's it. Yeah, you see, you know stuff.
I know stuff,
but you know, and I think that's the big problem. I mean, I'm totally okay. I'm just kind of disappointed about the way that Ghostbusters has been treated, and it's disappointing to see it. But like we say, if they don't want to see this all-female cast of Ghostbusters movie, they don't have to see it. They don't have to say anything.
And pretty much all the last cast are in it. They've all probably got cameos in the film. Bill Murray's in it. I think Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, and if he's probably going to be plugging his vodka.
Yeah, he'll be there with Crystal Skull. Isn't vodka?
Is it? What was it? What did they call it?
Crystal Skull vodka.
Crystal Skull. Yeah. There's bound to be that in there. But it's a Ghostbusters movie. I mean, people hated Ghostbusters 2 anyway. I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, I still think it's really good.
I love Vigo. Vigo is amazing.
Yeah.
But everybody still says that was a bad movie, but it's still a Ghostbusters movie. It still had the 4 original cast in it. So what's the problem?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's move on.
Negative goo.
Yeah, negative goo. This is going to be quite an epic podcast.
Yeah, how long have we been going for?
Probably just over an hour, and it's still quite early. So what's next on our trailer agenda?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane. Now this is we were gonna review Cloverfield and Monsters when we did the Predator movies, but that didn't quite happen. So we're gonna wait until Cloverfield Lane comes out.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit too much because we've already talked about 3 Predator films. So,
but we got a bit excited because we were running around the forest shooting shooting guns, which is exciting, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
testosterone.
It's my right as a man.
The only women in that film are the ones that need help.
That's and that's
that what you want to hear, feminazis?
And that's isn't that funny that in the here we go again. We're not going to get off it, but it is a topic at the moment. So okay, with Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, what do we got?
Yeah,
John Goodman,
who seems very moody in this one.
I like him.
Yeah, I loved John Goodman. He's another one.
Comfortable.
Safe actor.
And you know what? He's looking good now. He's lost a lot of weight. I think this was before he lost the weight, but now he was totally unrecognizable and looking healthy and just looking better than he ever did, and happier than he ever did.
Okay.
Even though people say, will this affect his getting roles? I said, yes, of course it's going to affect him getting roles. He's going to get better roles.
Yeah, he'll be taken far. He'll start doing action films now, like Liam Neeson.
That'll be it.
John Goodman throwing people around.
Why not?
But it's very, very, very different than
I like
Cloverfield.
Yeah, but then so was the Purge movies. I mean that this is where I think that movies like this are doing it right, where they're not just following on and then doing the repeat or the same thing again. They're going it from a different angle.
Yeah.
With, for example, I mean, I brought up the Purge for a reason, because the first Purge was in a house, in one house.
Yeah.
The second Purge was anarchy, and it was out on the streets of LA, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was a good
I
one.
like both of them.
Yeah. This is the opposite way around. Cloverfield was out in the streets, and this time we're kind of inside. Well, as far as we were aware, we're inside for a little bit.
And it seems like they're kept in there.
It seems like they're being
they're being kept in there.
It's kind of like Room in a way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that like you can't tell whether John Goodman's character is keeping her for the safety or keeping her for himself.
Yeah, there's ambiguity in the trailer, and this is exactly how a trailer should be delivered.
Yeah.
Ambiguity, enigma, a bit of music that's going to capture you and kind of say this is the mood, this is the tone of the piece. And it made me look forward to the movie, but not to the point where I know what it's about.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go in thinking I know what to expect. I have no idea what to expect.
No, I don't.
And that's the good trailer. It was a trailer that made you want to watch it.
Like, are we going to see the monster? I think we heard it, but you can't be sure.
Yeah. Or was that just my stomach rumbling?
Well, who knows?
Yes.
What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to keep you alive. You were in an accident, and I saved your life by bringing you here. And everyone outside of here is dead.
What happened to your arm? Were you trying to escape?
I was trying to get in.
What was that? Quiet.
How do you know that this is real?
We're going to get all of them killed! No! Don't open that door!
Something's coming.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
So yeah, good trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. What else? Well, I did mention the Purge.
Yeah. I've not seen the trailer to Purge 3.
Yeah, I could put it on.
Yeah, put it on. Oh, it looks like a Whispers advertisement.
Yeah, I tell you what.
In college, we take on exchange students. It's a great way to mix up the student body a bit.
Oh, I love it.
We feel that it's
This is
vital
brilliant.
to our students' social development to experience new
dogs playing
cultures
chess.
first.
Dogs playing chess with kittens.
Their differences.
A guy trying to be Orson Welles. That's
But
appropriate.
the friendships they strike up
Commercial.
can last a lifetime, which can make it hard when the term finishes.
We played a lot of Purge games this evening. We have just one more. It's called Mommy's Choice. Which one of you will survive this year's Purge?
The soul of our country is at stake. The Purge targets the poor and the innocent.
The senator's going to win. She's going to make real changes, too.
It is a night that is defining our country.
It's time to do something about that, Senator.
The Purge has to come to an end.
You take a lot of risks, Senator.
I have to. I was the only one in my family to survive. What made you apply for this position?
I almost did something on Purge night some years back. I want this night gone.
I want men in all these rooms. We got eyes and ears on everything.
All right, let's begin.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge. At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours. Your government thanks you for your participation.
Someone betrayed us. This is not a drill. We are on our own. We have one goal right now. Survival.
Senator, come with us.
You gentlemen understand what's at stake here.
Maybe it's our duty to help protect her.
Here they come.
Hold on!
Blessed be America for letting us purge and cleanse our souls. Join me as we eliminate evil. Purge and purify. Purge and purify.
Just remember all the good the Purge does.
They ramped it up.
They ramped it up. They put a lot in that trailer, though. I think they could have been a little bit... They could have held back a little bit.
Yeah.
But the guy from the second movie's in it. And he's the head of Secret Service, it looks like, in the protection of the senator. It's coming out July the 4th.
Yeah.
And I think we can fit that in for discussion.
I think we absolutely
We'll
can.
have a purge.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We can make our Deadpool list.
Yeah.
And
then purge.
And then we'll purge on our podcast.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It is an interesting thing, though. The whole thing of Purge. It kind of goes into that. When you watch THX 1138.
Yeah.
Where they go home and start watching violence.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. You just can't help but watch and wonder what it would be like. I didn't want to watch it to begin with because I thought this is just one of these. I just thought it would just be one of those stupid, sore kind of films. But it turned out to be really good.
Yeah, what I really like about the first one, he was just like an everyday guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And
it was nice to see Ethan Hawke doing that.
Yeah. He's another guy, Ethan Hawke. He's another safe actor.
Yeah, he's like, if you put Ethan Hawke and Christian Bale together, Christian Bale is unsafe. Christian Bale kind of has that you just don't, unpredictability.
Yeah,
and at least with Ethan Hawke, you know he's not going to do anything absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
And make you feel uneasy. So Purge 3 is another film that's coming out. And and it's election year, which is kind of funny because it's election year and they're putting it out, and it's
that's
what I mean.
They're coining it in there.
Yeah, I think it's very much, and I kind of wonder if the influence of films and the way that they present them like this, it's like in America, it's like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And yet it's July the 4th. They're sitting in a cinema. They're celebrating their independence by watching a film about legal killing in America.
Yeah.
And adding to that, it's election year. It's legal killing of senators. It's amazing. I mean, if they tried this in this country, it would never fly. The Queen's birthday, death of a monarch. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Even though, aren't they doing London Has Fallen?
London
the Prime Minister has died and all the world leaders come.
It's a brave step, isn't it, for this country, for us to actually be able to go that way.
By all accounts, the film's terrible, but you know.
Yeah, well, Olympus is falling or whatever. It's like we want to see the high and mighty falling. That's it. We want to see everything blowing up. I don't know. It's
Well, Gerard Butler apparently saves everyone
again.
Yeah, Gerard Butler.
So yeah, it's interesting what's coming out of Hollywood these days, and what people are kind of just saying is, oh yeah, this is what we need to gorge on. But luckily there are other movies that people can watch, and you don't have to watch The Purge. You don't have to watch Cloverfield. You don't have to watch.
You don't have to do anything. Yeah. But I really want to watch The Witch.
The Witch, yeah, this is an interesting trailer. We could, because I did see that on the list, and I thought, oh, I should have put that in the list.
And High Rise as well. I want to watch High Rise.
Because it surprised me. The Witch surprises me for you, because it kind of reminds me a lot of an American Haunting, you know, with the Donald Sutherland, where they had the witch curse.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of that. It's a period piece, so that's kind of rare for me.
19th century? No, it's earlier than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say it was pioneer years.
Yeah. It just looks right up my street.
Yeah.
You know, slow, gets under your skin, moody,
hopefully
disturbing.
Hopefully it'll be that.
That's what I'm hoping.
When's that coming out?
It's out now, I think.
So it could be the next.
For someone to illegally upload it onto the internet.
Yay!
Selfish. Bloody...
No. We could go and see it at that Newmarket.
Yeah.
Cinema.
The Cinema Lux.
That's the one. No, Cinedyne. Cinedyne have it. Cinedyne will have it. Yeah, they show it. Yeah. So that'll be next week on Frame by Frame. And I don't think there's anything else that I'm really looking forward to. But it is trailer season right now. You got to say that this is the season where all the summer blockbuster trailers are coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whatever happened to before we disappear? Whatever happened to
Baby Jane?
Well, there's that question, but that's just opening a whole new can of worms. Whatever happened to the second Conjuring? Was it Conjuring?
Oh, the Enfield Poltergeist. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
We need to look into that, because we need to kind of have a revisit on that, because we were dead against this being made as a Warren movie.
Yes, because
it's not.
Because if that was the trailer, and I wasn't totally convinced it was just a fan-made trailer.
Yeah.
But if it isn't, wow, how far can you miss the point?
Yeah, and that's what you do not want to do. You don't want to misfire with a trailer.
No.
So
Ghostbusters.
This, yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can go online and you can look at trailer reactions, or you can actually have a life and just wait for the movie to come out and have your own opinion.
Yeah.
That's the best advice we can really have.
Yes. We shall leave it there.
So let's wrap it up, folks. Are we ready to? The clock is not. I didn't say the clock.
You
is
didn't,
running.
so surprised.
Oh,
I was
too busy
have
trying.
We not started yet?
Yes, let's start the episode. I was too busy catching microphones and trying to figure out why I couldn't hold a selfie stick.
It's a bit crazy, wasn't it?
It's like like everything was falling down. So go and watch whatever you want to watch, and we'll see you next week, hopefully, if Andy's allowed to leave.
Yeah, but definitely watch Deadpool. It's fantastic.
It's
really funny, good fun. If you're over 15.
Yeah, and if you're under 15,
just look older.
Just get the right ID.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's time to say goodbye.